folks, welcome to Rusty and Nellie's Jungle. Okay, today we're going to be doing some weed control. So we're in the hillside garden. You can see we planted these beds of hostas and they're growing very well, but so are the weeds. All these are weeds. Another hosta bed here, but you can see this is all weeds. This is all just growth. When you take over a forest, unfortunately, it takes a few years for it to understand that you don't want anything to grow. So we've got all this stuff. You see hosta bed here and maple tree trying to grow. And it gets even worse as we go into here. You can barely tell where the hosta beds are. That's this branch, that's a hosta bed there, but we've got everything else growing. This is all weeds here. This whole thing, all this, hosta bed, and look down at the ground. This should be nothing here. So it's a huge project, but that's what I will be doing today. So I'm gonna get the camera, set it up, and we'll do some time lapse, see how much I can get done. Okay, so much for time lapse. But anyway, I have completed this task. So I hit the button. I know I didn't hit the button. I thought I hit the button. I didn't hit the button. As you can see, I've gotten out most of the weeds, and you can see, now we can see the beds of hostas everywhere. So I've done the whole hill here, looking really sharp. No weeds anywhere. And chatting with Nellie, and I even did down here on this side. As you can see, much cleaner. Got a little bit of weeds to do, but quite happy with how it looks. Just zoom up top, you can see just the hosta beds are showing. Over here, so this is what you see on the driveway. So it's not only is there an enormous amount of leaves, but there's a lot of tall grass, and it's just not inviting when you come up. You're gonna come up the driveway here. It's like, oh, when you're there, but here it's like, boo, boo. So Nellie wants me to try and clean this up, so that's what I'm going to do now. Let's see how it looks when I'm done. Okay, stage one complete. We got rid of a bunch of leaves. They were stacked up for years, so about a foot thick, and they were wet and mushy and very heavy. So that was actually a big job. Now I got the weed whacker out. I'm gonna try and weed whack as much of this stuff as I can. Then I'm gonna come back and see if I can blow some of that out. So it's getting there. It's looking a bit cleaner than it was. It used to have, the leaves were up this high. It was very unsightly, but at least there's some progress, and now it's weed whacker time. Weed whacking done. Looks pretty good. I'm going to get out the clippers and cut some of this smaller stuff that the weed whacker won't cut. And then I'm going to bring the blower out and see if I can clean this right up. So those are the next two steps, but it's looking pretty good. It could be nice and clean in the next few hours. Okay, so for the purposes of what I'm doing here, I'm considering this done. It's not perfect, but it certainly is serviceable. We can get in there, and I'm not sure what Nellie actually has planned for this. I just know she didn't like it looking unsightly. So the neat thing about this is we're reclaiming land. So that's kind of neat. And it's not that we need to make more work for ourselves and more beds, but anyway, this could be kind of neat. We'll see what she does with it, but it's clean. It looks pretty good. Today's job is weeding. It just finished raining. Actually, I was out here and it started pouring on me. I went in, and now I can come back out because it stopped. The perfect time to weed because they'll just pull right out. It's rain. Watch this. Boop, roots and all. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend a little time weeding. No one likes weeding, but I'll get it done real quick. Bed one, done. I'm going to see actually how many I can knock off in this little time I'm going to be out. Weeding's never that bad. As long as it's rained, they just pull right out. Okay, so now we're going to do this bed. You can see there's lots of crabgrass and stuff in there. Look at this section over there. It's like filled with something. We got lots of dandelions in there, stuff growing in here. So, and we got What that. So this is a big section, but let's see how much I can knock off. Okay. That took a little longer than I thought, and we've got like clean up on aisle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But looks good. Looks good. Don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Sometimes we just let this stuff, all this garbage in here, we just let it, the sun come out and dry it out, and then we just cut the grass, and it's kind of just dead stuff. But there's so much of it that I've just created. But you can see the beds look better, don't you think? Other than all the stuff lying around. But we do this, I would say, 3 times a year. All the beds get weeded probably 3 times a year. It doesn't take that long when it's after it's rained, because you can just pull everything out. I can clean up the edges with my hands. Pay no attention to my hands, and there's no problem. So anyway, we've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beds done. And I think I'm gonna call it quits and maybe go inside for dinner. Uh-oh. And what are we doing here?
Putting the second to 5,000 coats of paint on this.
Yes, like second coat. You can see the quality of paint these days. That's the second coat she's just put on. Not as good as the old days, the old lead paint, the oil base. So how many coats do you think you need? You're halfway done your can.
9 more cans.
9 more cans, yeah. But it's environmentally...
I haven't even done the underneath.
Yeah. Ooh. It's environmentally friendly though. Other than you need 9 cans.
It's gonna take me 2 years to finish this.
Yeah, but at least you'll have accomplished something in 2 years.
That's reassuring.
Ouch. I'm here in the English garden. You can see things are looking really good, but you know, remember I said we weed 3 times a year? Well, this is a pathway. There should be nothing here. And look at it. So I'm in a pathway. And although the plants are exploding, the geraniums, the lilies, the hostas, the lilies, you know, sedum, everything is growing great. The pathways are certainly being neglected because we have too many projects. We just keep doing stuff. So I've got a bucket. I've got 2 buckets. And I'm gonna go around and make these paths. You can see they just keep going and going and going as far as the eye can see. But it doesn't take long. The ground is wet. So, and you got to do this. You got to maintain your gardens, guys. So we're going to weed. Today we're going to weed. Got quite a bit done. Quite a bit done. As you can see, all these paths were just weeds. And the beds were weeds. I've now got them all cleaned out. Paths are looking good in the English garden. So I made it up to, I did this section here and kind of made it to like here. So you can see this path that takes you to Sherwood Forest needs to be done a little, and then this path over here. But I'm gonna call it quits for tonight and maybe come back out after next rain. It's so much easier when it rains, and do a little more, a little bit of maintenance. Gotta do it. Don't like it, but gotta do it. I'm here at the back of the Enchanted Garden. We got Sherwood Forest over here. And we're already expanding electrical. Electrical's done. Remember, electrical's done. It's all done. It's over. It's fini. Well, no, it's not. Now we are extending it because we've got some gnome hobbit doors that have gone beyond the boundaries of the Enchanted Garden. So now we need to get electrical to them. So now we're back buying more wire, more conduit, and you know, we're gonna dig up the beds and bury this stuff. We're gonna put a post there, then I'm gonna take it over there and a post down there. So the front, the goal here is the front will have little lights on the gnome structures. and the pathways and everything else we do. And the back of the tree right there. So here, lights, and then the back will be the post, and then we're going to have projection floodlights to light up this canopy. We've got some great lights coming in, so that's what's going to go there. And you want them at the back. You don't want them, you can't look at them, they'll blind you. You want them at the back shining out, so no one will ever go there, but it'll light up everything. So we got one going to be lighting up there, one going to be lighting up there. We got one that this is kind of a stray door that's made it over there, so we're gonna have one that's back in there. Then I'm gonna get the little shed here, and I'm gonna put a plug at the back. So I'm gonna give more electrical, put a plug so that we can have one shining up in there. So it'll just extend the Enchanted Garden quite a bit. And then we've got lots of stuff we can do in all these other beds. Good morning, folks. You can hear the neighbors doing some work, and we have some more mushrooms. What? Why do you need more mushrooms? We got tons of mushrooms. We don't need any more mushrooms. Yes, we do. We're developing this whole area in here. Remember I told you that it would expand? We're working on a video for a project over there. Can't tell you what it is, but it's happening over but just by the garage. And we need some more mushrooms to kind of, make it so that it flows into this new project. So that's what we're doing here. And if I have time, I'm gonna put another coat. I think Nellie's done like 8 coats of yellow, and you can still see the old stuff is coming through. New paint is just not as good, but so I'm gonna maybe try and get another coat on that. So let's get some mushrooms done today, guys. A few moments later. There you go. So we've got the first coat on. Red, a couple reds, couple blues. We're just kind of using up the paint that we have. I did do another coat on this, but I'm thinking we need to go and get Nellie a spray bomb because we've got 4 coats or whatever she's got on this, and it's we probably should have run a primer on it first. Didn't, but I don't want her spending years painting these things because it's just not taking. You can just see the darkness coming through the old. It's just not good. If that 4 coats, not gonna work. So I think I'm gonna do that for her, but in the meantime, we've got these ready. They should dry pretty quick. It's a nice windy day, and we've got some sun out. So let's get these dry, and then I'm gonna put a second coat, and then we're gonna go right on to putting the spots on. Once that's done, I can put the mushroom head somewhere and just paint the bases white, and we can put them out pretty quickly. So that's the goal here, but now I'm on to something. I've run out of work here, so I think I'm on to moving dirt. So the electrical is now hooked up. There's no line here. It's of course buried. I've got to bury this. We've got electrical working back here. That's going to be a nice projection flood, and we've got election. We've got electrical over to that tree right there. So it's just maybe 3 or 4 loads of soil covering this up. You can see we've gone right through the bed there, and you won't notice it once we get the dirt on there. And now we've moved the lighting for this was the last one there, one on the other side of that, and one here. So pretty much you could come to here for the Enchanted Garden. You wouldn't want to go past because the lights get too bright. So now we've got behind the tree, we'll do some big projections. It's gonna make all this part of the Enchanted Garden. It's gonna be pretty cool. We're gonna do a mini project here. Okay, so of course, I'll go slow, Rusty. Enchanted Garden here. And just so you can see, so we're back at the little cabin. And we never had lights on the cabin, and it'd be pretty cool to have some lights. So we've got 2 electric plugs in there. We're actually gonna run another exterior plug right here so we can have a light out front giving projection, a nice warm red or what have you. But we want to light up the canopy, and the big lights, we've got an order of lights coming in, and they're very powerful. You can't look at them. They're that bright. They're incredible floodlights. They'll light up the canopy. Wouldn't it be cool if I had one hidden behind this projecting so all this canopy is all lit up, and then of course you wouldn't see that. Kind of what we're doing over there and there. We're trying to extend the garden, but these lights you can't have them so you walk by them. They will literally blind you. So you got to kind of hide them behind stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put an exterior plug here, and then I'm going to hide one at the back, another exterior plug that'll be, so the back, I'll just take you quickly around there. So we're now behind. This will all be, I can tell you right now, without a doubt, this will all be Enchanted Garden here. And we've got another like acre over here that'll go right, all of this will be Enchanted. So I'm now behind it and I'll try and zoom out. So I'll plug here somewhere. Actually, I didn't even notice this tree here. So the light will have to be somewhere like this, so that it can project, and all this canopy will now suddenly be red, greens, oranges. Gonna look pretty cool coming from behind this that's gonna have its own light. So that's what I'm doing today. What? And now I'm rich. For you Americans out there, this is $2. Yeah, I got paints, I just did mushrooms. Wow, I need to keep looking in here. Forget putting up electrical, I can make some money here. Okay, so just gonna give you a little update. So we've got a box in here, we're outside, and I've cut the hole on both sides, just put the first box in, so we're gonna get some electrical. So we're at the stage where we're hooking up the wire. So this had power before, so we're taking power from that, we're taking it to our new exterior plug, and then we're sneaking some wire through the wall, and then up here, over here, back there, and then up where it's nice and safe. Of course, we're gonna staple it. We don't like dangling wires. And we're gonna take it right down to our back plug, which now, all it does is just have wires. I'll show you what it looks like outside. Not very nice. Just looks like something's throwing up. But I'm gonna start working on putting some plugs in. Some outside plugs. Okay, so I just turned the power back on and we're gonna quickly test. Oh, sorry, that's what it looks like. Nothing to see, just a basic outdoor. It's got a gasket, plug, nothing special. And I have not tested this, so I will delete this video. If it doesn't work, then pretend that it did on its first time. Now, I've never usually had trouble in electrical, but just let's. So that one works. And then we'll quickly go around to the other side, the back side, dark side of the moon, folks. And check out this one. Just once we do this, then we know it's done and we can just move on to another project. Okay, so it's now plugged in. Oh, just a little bit of power, guys. Just kidding. Anyway, so that's all done, and now I'm happy, and now we can hook up a really cool accent light back here. No one will know where it's coming from, and the front has one to shine on the building, and you can see some of the lights are on in the garden. So I'm here in the Enchanted Garden, and Nellie is cleaning some more trees up. So it's all these, probably hard to see. See all these trees right here, all these little ones that are in here? The hostas just aren't getting enough light, and we have this massive canopy. So all these little scragglers that we kind of left, like remember, we did clean out probably 200 trees in here. It was thick, and we left these trees here, but Nellie's done. Actually, I was the one that wanted to leave some, but I get it now that we need them gone. So that's what Nellie's gonna do today. So stay tuned. You'll start to see a big pile of trees that we need to get out of here. So as you can see, this is going to be a before. Now he's cleaning out all this little stuff, all these little scraggly little trees. So I'm going to do a before video right here. You can see all the piles of stuff everywhere. Big job. And I will just stand here, exactly here, and do an update for you. What have you done?
I played with the chainsaw.
Look at that. Everything's down, folks. It's all down.
There's still another section.
Everywhere you look is downed baby trees to clear things out, let some more light in here for these woods garden, and to give it much more flow. So we'll give you a video once we clean this up. Yes, yes, it's that time. Amazon has come. We've got a whole bunch more lights that we're gonna put. Our good lights that we've got, the big spots, they're still in Toronto's. They just cleared customs, so we're gonna have them in the next few days. But I just opened up a box and put one on this bed. So they're gonna go around, so, because that's the entrance bed. Boom, and we had nothing there. We've got lights there, no lights there. Now we have lights there, done. I put another box here, because this just has pathway lights, but no lights on the gnome doors that we have. Another gnome door here. I think we've got one on the back side, a little sneaky one there. Little cheeky gnome door. There's Nellie with the 1000cc chainsaw. Let's see it, hon. Woohoo! The featherweight. And okay, and so now we have another box. None of this. Well, this is lit. Oop, you're on the wrong view. This is lit. This isn't lit. That's lit. That's lit. That's not. We obviously don't have enough lights at all. We're still gonna get more, and that's that new section we just added in. But I put a box there. Don't know if I'm gonna use it there. Put another box at that entrance over here, because this is an actual entrance to the Enchanted Garden. You can't see it because Nellie's got trees parked in the way, and we've got there. So I'm gonna play around and I'll get back to you show you where we put them. Oh, and Nellie's waiting for me. She didn't want to disturb the video with the chainsaw noise. Okay, I'm standing on the same spot. And look at the difference. Oh shoot, we've still got a big pile there. Didn't see that, more work. But anyway, it's all the little straggly stuff is gone. We've now just got the behemoths. Really kind of neat, wholly cleared. And you can see that's what the normal woods looks like. Pretty nasty. And that's what we're like here. Painting some more mushrooms and some chairs, but it's looking good.